Hey, what's up YouTube? Ace here, got another deck profile. This is my September 2011 Frog Monarch deck. It's running quite well. It's got a few kinks I need to work out, but anyway, here it is. So I run 2 Treeborn. I run 2 because on the off chance one gets removed, you are pretty much screwed. Then I run 3 Swap Frog. A lot of people only run 2, but I run 3 because you can, if you've got 2 in your hand, you can dump 1, special the other, and then dump a Treeborn, and then you've still got 1 that lets you dump Ronin Totem, which is really good for Monarchs because that you remove from play a frog in your grave to special summon it in defense, and then tribute it for a Monarch. And then there's the Plant Engine, Dandy, obvious reasons, it goes to the grave, and you gain 2 tokens. Lone Fire, again, obvious, you tribute it, you get your Dandy, or your Spore, or your Glow Up Bulb out. So there's my Spore, looks like a Karibo. It's a really good card. I haven't got many uses for it when it's in the graveyard in this deck, because well, I just haven't really got that many synchros that fit with it. I've got an Armory Arm on its way, and I've got a Catastra on its way. That's pretty much all I use it for, unless I've got a Monarch out, and then I remove Lone Fire or Dandy to go into Mistworm, or remove Glow Up Bulb to go into Black Rose. So yeah, I've got Glow Up Bulb. This isn't mine, this is a friend's, I'm borrowing it. I really need one of these if someone could trade me. I'm trying to get it off him, but he's being an asshole about it. So yeah, really good card. It's probably the better card of Plant Engine. You mill 1 to the grave to special summon it. You can only use that once per duel. It's still really beneficial for this deck because a lot of cards need to be in the grave. Then I run 3 Tengu, obviously. It's the most broken card to come out in years, and it works really well in combination with 2 Birdman. I'm looking for 2 DT Birdmans, by the way. I value them about £3–4 each. But think about it, you've got, say you've got a Tengu on the field. That's your first Tengu. You draw into a Birdman. You bounce the Tengu back to your hand, special the Birdman, special another Tengu from your deck. Then you can still normal summon the Tengu that you put back in your hand, so then you've got 2 Tengus and a Birdman on the field. Then you can either sink 7 or go for Utopia. Really handy. And it also works well with Birdman, also works well with your Monarchs because it lets you recycle them. So you can bounce your Caius back to your hand for Birdman, sync it with something if you've got something. Then next turn you special your Treeborn, or if you've already got your Treeborn, then you can just go straight into your Monarch again. Speaking of Monarchs, 2 Riser, obvious reasons, gets rid of Stardust, gets rid of BLS, gets rid of whatever, it bounces any card back to the top of the opponent's deck, which is really good because then you know what they're drawing into next turn. 3 Caius, awesome card, a lot of dark decks going around now. So he's brilliant. You not tribute summon him and remove from play 1 card that your opponent has on the field. If it's a dark monster, your opponent takes 1,000. And then 2 Mobius. I like Mobius because this deck doesn't run a lot of traps, and he can get rid of traps on your opponent's side of the field quite easily. Obviously, unless they solemn or something like that. And then 2 Light and Darkness. I'm going to take one of these out for an Obelisk when I get it. It's coming in the post. But Light and Darkness is a decent card, but I don't think anyone should run more than 1 unless you're running Disaster Dragons, because he is a bitch to get out in some decks. And a lot of the time I don't want to get him out because I've got much better plays. So plus he interrupts a lot of my deck plays because obviously he negates all effects. If I try and use one of my effects, I'm just going to get it negated by this, and this is going to lose 500 attack and defense. But saying that, when it's destroyed, you can destroy everything you control to special summon a monster from your grave. Then I run 3 battle faders. Some people think it clogs up. I don't, because it is just too good. It is just a really good substitute for traps, because obviously I can't run traps, or I could, but that would interrupt tree bomb, that would interrupt pretty much everything else. So 3 battle faders is a must for this deck, or at least 2, I'd say, but I like to run 3, because it gives me synchro opportunity for formula as well, if I got glow orb in the grave. Then I run 1 Gauze, because Gauze is awesome. Awesome card is awesome. Sangan lets me search for pretty much about half my deck. Dark Spirit, he's fantastic. You tribute your tree bomb, bring him out, destroy every other face-up monster on the field, attack with him, bounce him back to your hand, and loop it the next turn, and the next turn, and the next turn. And then, finally, I run a Marshmallow, because it's 1000 burn damage and can't be destroyed by battle. There's no other good reason than that. And it's good with Birdman. I bounce it back with Birdman, next turn, set it again. If they attack it again, they're going to take another 1000. And for spells, Reborn, Black Hole, and Heavy, Staples. MST, I only run 1 MST in this deck, I'm destroying enough stuff. 2 Econs, 1 Smashing, 1 Lord of Darkness with draw power, and 1 Dark World Dealings. I like this card. I've never seen it being run in Frog Monarchs, but I like it, because if you've got that tree bomb stuck in your hands, you play this, you draw 1, that's a +1 for you, and then you get your tree bomb to the grave. Avarice, recycle Tengus, recycle Longfire, Staple, and 2 Soul Exchange to get out my Monarchs and my Light and Darkness Dragon easier. Then the extra deck, 13 cards, 1 Zenmeister. If I got 2 Tengus out and my Utopia's already in the grave, it's a more decent card than having Tengu there, even though Tengu's effect doesn't apply with Xyz anymore because Konami changed the rulings on that. Or they didn't change them, they released them. But either way, it's a decent card. Magical Android, that's just there because I don't have Catasta, but it's still +600, it's still 2/4, and it's still easy to get out. I run 2 Stardust for now, because Stardust is the best chance I've got of saving my cards. That's pretty awesome. 1 Black Rose, Quick Destruction, 1 Iron Chain, brilliant mill power. It's really good against most decks, unless you're playing against Light Swans, then it's not so good. 1 Colossal, good if you're playing 6 Sams, if not, he's a 2/8 beater. 1 Formula, obviously I run Tree Ball and Glow Bolt and Spore. 1 Gacha Gantetsu, amazing card. Really amazing card. It's easy to get out with this deck because I can go swap frogs. I think I can go Ronin Toadin 2-star. Yeah, I can use Ronin Toadin. It's a good card. It's usable. It's not my first choice, but it's still really good. 1 Shooting Star Dragon, obvious formula, and Stardust. Pretty difficult to beat this card. The only reason it's not played very much is because it can only get out with formula and Stardust. That's the only way you can get out. 1 Greno, again, same as my Glad Beast deck. It's just there to be there. It'll probably go out soon. 1 Levy. This is the 3-star Xyz, rank 3 Xyz, sorry, that I definitely want to be playing. 3k beater after 2 turns. What can go wrong? And Utopia, awesome card. So yeah, that's it. Tune in for a new trade finder soon. I'm going to try and get some duel videos because I'm going back to college and there's a few people who duel there. And I've still got a Blackwing and a Gravekeeper deck to showcase. So yeah, thanks guys, please rate, comment, subscribe.